Today I'm taking a look at the VEVOR belt sander. So we got our instructions. Ours is the North America version, so it's 120 volts, 60 hertz, 550 watts. No load speed is 200 to 5,000 revolutions per minute. Belt light speed is 21 meters per second. Belt is a 30 by 1 inch. Got our dimensions, infinite speed regulation, a round grinding wheel, and we got a flat grinding assembly. And it looks like we got nice detailed pictures on how we can assemble that and the different ways that we can put that guy together. So here is our flat grinding assembly. So we can run our belt up that guy and we can use that as our backing plate if we need to sand objects flat. We've got our base plate. We've got another base plate. These are all painted. These are not just bare steel. We've got our belt. Looks like we've got 3 belts in here, so that's nice. We have got our top guard. So here is our grinder assembly. We can see that we can rotate that. So if we wanted to grind sideways, we can do that, but we can put that at whatever kind of angle we want. Here is our controller. It does have a weatherproof button there on the front. We got our start stop, we've got our display, we've got our navigation buttons, and we've got our speed selector. On the top we got 2 Canon sockets, and we got a 3-prong plug for power. So this is all mounted on what feels like an aluminum plate. We got a couple holes there on the top, so if we want to, we can bolt that to the wall or to our workbench. So if we don't want to use the flat assembly, we do also have a round assembly. This is just a pick your poison, whichever you prefer. If you want to have a nice large round wheel, we can use that. So it'll more mimic like a grinding wheel. So it looks like we are using a 5mm right there. We can loosen up those 2 bolts, spin that into whatever position we want. I'm just going to run this at a 90-degree angle. And if we want to use the round wheel, what we got to do is drop that in. We've got a kip handle on this side, and that will lock that in place. So we could just put our belt on like that, and we could use it exactly like that. But if we want to, we can use this base plate right there. So that is going to attach to this arm. Slide that out. Like everything on here is going to be a 5mm. That'll make this easier to deal with. Looks like it actually came with an Allen in this bag. So if we didn't have our own Allens, we could just use that. We got everything we need to assemble it. But all we got to do here is lock that guy down, get the angle that we want. You usually want to have about a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch gap between that sanding belt and that base plate. It looks like we got different grits. We've got a 100 grit, we got a 240 grit, and we got a 180 grit. So if you want to have the fastest cutting, we're going to use the 100. If you want to have the best finish, use the 240. It is also important to note there is an arrow on there, so it's going to be the direction that it travels. We want the belt to be spinning counterclockwise, so it's going to be going down right here. So I'm going to flip that belt like this, and then we can put it around our wheels. Now this is just going to be a rough fit. You can see it is fairly loose right there. Then we can loosen up our kip handle again, pull that guy out, and we can use that as our tensioner. The nice thing about a kip handle, you see it right there, it is hitting the frame. We can just pull that guy out, spin it around, and that'll lock it in a new position. So we can get that wherever we want it. So just to give it a test run, we can see that it is starting to pull off of that pulley right there. So that is what this wheel is. You can see it is adjusting the angle of this pulley. So right about there, it looks like it is tracking. May have to adjust that whenever we get going. So for our power, don't really mess this up. We got a 4-pin and we've got a 5-pin, and there is a little pin there in the bottom that will line up with that slot. And wherever we put it, we want to make sure that those cables are not going to be making contact with that sandpaper. And we've already got our bolts in place right there, so we're just going to pull that. Basically what that is going to be doing is it's going to be deflecting any material that comes off. It's going to be hitting that instead of flying off into the distance. And we do also have a tensioner right here, so if you find that this belt is not getting tight enough, loosen that back up. We can pull that down, pull our wheel back out, and tighten it back up. So let's turn that guy on. We'll hit start. And we are moving. So it starts at a pretty good clip. We can see the tracking is pulling that direction just a little bit. Let's adjust the wheel to get that a little more centered. Alright, it's looking good. And we can speed that guy up. And we can see we're running at 2,000 RPM right now. We do have some very good control right there. So our minimum speed is 200 RPM. Wow. And we can really get that guy cooking. 5,000 RPM. That is what I would call excessive for most belt sanders. But this guy can definitely handle it. Alright, so we are at 3,000 RPM. And that boy can absolutely take down a screw. So let's go ahead and stop this, and we will switch over to our flat assembly. We are still going to need to use this block, but we've got this kip handle right here. We can loosen that up, and we can loosen this bolt, and that will allow that wheel to pull out. You can see this kip handle is clamping in place, and then the bolt just threads into the back. Then we're going to take this guy, drop that in, drop our bolt back in, so that is a bolt with a washer. And we'll just try to get that at 90 degrees, and we can lock that back down and tighten that down. So now we just need to fit that around everything, and we can pull that down a little bit. Looks like I'll be able to fit it just like that. I got new pulleys on there, so we need to check that tracking again. I'm going to turn the speed all the way down. And that looks like that is tracking no problem. I do appreciate too that we can see we got that plate right there on the sides, and we got the belt that is sitting exactly centered on that. So if we need to dig right into a corner or something, we can do that with this. Let's turn that up. Absolutely cooks that guy. So yeah, if you want a belt sander with a ton of versatility and something that can absolutely chop through metal, that is going to be an excellent option.